Hey, welcome to Dad Chat, the stay-at-home dad who just wants to talk about raising children. I have found a television program that I absolutely hate for my children to watch. Comment below if you want to try to guess what that television program is, or if you have a show that you wish your children would not ask to watch all the time. Because for me, it winds her up, it's very overstimulating, and by the end of the night, she is just a crazy person who refuses to go to bed. She refuses to do anything I say. She just wants to immerse herself in the show, and it just makes her it makes her a person that is hard to be around. It's the only show that does that. Everything else she watches is perfectly fine. It's just this one show that just messes with her brain so much that she can't concentrate and she can't act like a happy go lucky regular child. Now, I try to let my children watch whatever they want. I don't have a lot of rules. That's because we spend a lot of time outside during the day. We go to parks, we swim in our pool. It's summer now, we can do that. We go to indoor play areas. There's a lot of parks around where I live. Some of them are indoors. We go to trampoline places. So we do a lot of stuff away from the house. But by the middle of the day, she's usually incredibly tired. So we come home, we do art, we do magnet tiles, we do blocks, we play with her toys. She does make believe playtime with her dolls. And while she's doing that, I usually have TV going on in the background. Now, I wish she would watch stuff like Moana, Frozen, or some sort of women empowerment movie that shows her that she can be a strong, independent woman. Those are the kind of Disney movies I wish she would watch, but she is just not interested in movies at all. I had some success with Sing and Sing 2, but even that has kind of soured, and she's just not interested in watching that at all. So we mostly watch Miss Rachel, Number Blocks, Storybots, and sometimes there's also a Netflix show called Word Party that we watch. Now, Word Party is a fun show. I love it. It's not as educational as the other three, but it's still not like a brain rot program. It is educational in some parts. It's just not as exciting or entertaining as the other shows, but she's really involved with the characters. She loves to watch Word Party. And I would say out of all those, I think Miss Rachel's my favorite because she teaches the children a lot. She talks at their level. She's very calm and understanding. I think it's just a very good program. She has a lot of fun songs that she sings that are easy for kids to memorize. And if I could, I would put her in front of Miss Rachel and have her watch that when we do television time. The only problem is we watch Miss Rachel on YouTube because she doesn't have a huge catalog of shows yet on Netflix. So we watch her on YouTube, and as the different episodes are playing, sometimes you will get shows that play that are not Miss Rachel. It'll go to the next video, the next video, the next video, and then you will get something that's not Miss Rachel, and sometimes that show is called Baby Finn, and that is the show that drives my child absolutely nuts. Coco Melon's also a problem. You hear a lot about Coco Melon, though, about how it's brain rot and how it disturbs children's thinking and their growth and all of that, and it's not something that you should watch. I don't feel like you hear a lot about Baby Finn, though. It's very similar, I feel like, to Coco Melon, and my child likes it more because it has characters with names that she relates to. She knows all the characters, she knows all the episodes, and she loves the songs. She can tell me everything that's going on in each episode, and it took me a very long time to realize what was going on with her because I just thought that she was tired at the end of the day and she was just moody, and it was just something where she needed to go to bed and she was having a rough time with it. But then it started happening during the day where after she watched Baby Finn, she would also be moody and also have a tough time with life and dealing with the things around her, and nothing else caused this except for Baby Finn. So I feel like it is a problem, and it is something that I'm trying to curtail her from watching. but it's difficult because it always causes a fight. I try to tell her that baby Finn is sleeping. She usually is okay with that, but after a while, she starts to think that baby Finn shouldn't be sleeping anymore. Baby Finn should be awake, and she starts asking, "Why can't I watch these baby Finn episodes?" And she's only 3, so she doesn't understand when I try to talk to her and reason with her and tell her why these shows aren't what she should be watching, that she should be watching something more educational. I will say lately she's kind of into Number Blocks, this Number Blocks show on YouTube. I'm trying to get her into Storybots, which is also, I think, a Netflix show, if I can remember correctly. And there's other programming that people suggest to me that we should watch. It's just so many streaming services where you have to watch all these things. I also wish I could just watch everything on YouTube or Netflix because that's primarily what we watch. But there's just so many. Oh, you have to have Apple TV, or you have to have Hulu, or you have to have this, or you have to have that, and we don't have all of them, and it's just tough to switch back and forth to everything to pick cherry pick things that she wants to watch. So Miss Rachel is kind of what I'm trying to push with her. Um, the problem with Baby Finn to me is it's just singing. There's no dialogue. There's no teaching. And I mean, some of the songs, they're just kind of ridiculous, and there's situations that would never happen in real life. I'm also kind of confused as to what Baby Finn's parents do for a living. It appears like they both work from home, but they also have a lot of time on their hands to do a lot of things that you wouldn't normally do when you work from home. Sure, it's a cartoon, but it's not set in any type of reality. And I also think that growing up and seeing stuff like that where these things aren't set in reality could also be a problem, but I don't know. I mean, I watched shows where there were situations that couldn't exist either, but I think the main problem is it's just singing, and there's no dialogue, there's no talking really, there's no working out situations through talking to each other back and forth. It's just trying to get there through songs and singing, and it's just so overstimulating, and it just makes her so incredibly high strung. It's so hard to deal with, and actually think in this world we have just a glut of too many things out there to watch. I was watching a interview. I watch a lot of YouTube videos. I was watching an interview where this guy was interviewing people who are very successful on YouTube. It was like, here's the content you should try to make on YouTube because this is what will make you the most amount of money. This is what will make you most successful. If you're after it just for the money, this is what you should make. And they interviewed a bunch of people who were making hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars a year on YouTube, and they said, like, what kind of content do you make? And they all said the same thing: we make Roblox brain rot YouTube shorts that bring in millions of views, hundreds of millions of views. Kids just eat it up because it's quick, it's fast. They recognize Roblox. It's something that they watch. It's not entertaining. It's not informative. There's not teaching anything. It's just complete brain rot, and we make all this money off it, which is concerning because these are internet people who are making a lot of money on YouTube. They're considered gurus of this type of. I mean, I think YouTube is trying to hone in on this, and they're trying to stop this type of content creation. They're trying to stop AI slop. They're trying to stop these things, but people are just getting ahead of it, I feel like, and they're just making so much money off the brain rot of children, and they don't care because they're in their 20s. They don't have kids. They're just after money. They're after buying that next Lambo. They want to be rich beyond their wildest dreams, and they found this way to do it, and that is to make AI slop for children. And I've seen it on YouTube before. There's longer form videos that my daughter used to watch where it's just like cars going down ramps, and they, like, as they go down a ramp, they land into like a bucket of some colored paint, and there's random eggs thrown around everywhere. Sometimes there's like 3D renderings of the Hulk. None of it makes any sense. It's just music with these trucks going down ramps and landing in colored paint. It's just so overstimulating and annoying, but this is the kind of stuff that they can get kids that kids can be sucked into because there's so much going on screen. There's colors, there's things they recognize, and they can just watch it for hours and not learn anything and just completely zone out and forget the world is there. And it's actually incredibly scary to see my daughter when she watches this kind of stuff, to see how detached she is from the world and how she just immerses herself in this AI slop. And it's alarming that people can come onto a YouTube channel and say this is what you should make to make hundreds of thousands of dollars, even if it's to the detriment of children. Now, I'm not saying that that's what BabyFin is, because BabyFin is clearly something that people have thought through. There's like songs and the different things, and I don't necessarily think it's AI slop, but it's not something that I think anyone should really be watching at all. Um, and I hope that YouTube is able to crack down on AI slop and able to crack down on this type of stuff. If I was a parent, would I care as much as I do? I don't know. Would I also try to be jumping on this bandwagon and creating this kind of material? I don't think so. But I don't know if I would be as big of opponent, like a fighter against it. But it's just so difficult to watch my daughter, uh, because she is really a bright, smart, energetic kid, and she's a very good kid, and she's sweet and she's loving, but she's just a completely different person when she's watching these shows, and it's so sad to watch. And I'm trying to, and it's my fault. I mean, I didn't realize what she was watching. I didn't know what BabyFin was. I just thought it was another show that was playing on YouTube. I didn't research it enough. I didn't pay enough attention. So yes, a lot of that falls on me too. Um, but as soon as she started watching it, it's like I didn't have a whole lot of time to stop her, because as soon as she saw it, was like her favorite thing that she wants to watch now. So I'm doing my best. I'm trying to get her off of this path of watching these kind of things. I feel like as technology grows faster and it's easier to make this kind of stuff, and it's making money and it's getting views, it's going to be harder to stop. It's going to be harder to curtail. Parents are going to have to do a much better job of recognizing it and stopping it, which means we're going to have to pay a lot of attention. We're going to have to do a lot of homework. We're going to have to do a lot of things to make sure our children aren't watching this, and we're going to not always be successful. We're not always going to be able to catch it. Sometimes we're going to fail. We have to tell ourselves that that's okay. We just have to find a way to fix it and to redirect them to something else. At least that's what I'm trying to do. So let me know if you've had any of this type of, if this has come across in the stuff that you've watched with your children, if you've ever seen BabyFin, if you know what I'm talking about. I'm sure a lot of people have seen Cocomelon, but let me know if this resonates with you, and if what you're doing to try to combat it, or if you just let your children watch it because they're quiet and you don't have to deal with them. So that's the video this time. I think next time maybe I'll just kind of talk about my day, and I don't have anything planned for like what I want my next topic to be. So it might just be about one of my days as being a stay-at-home parent and what it looks like. And yeah, so I hope you join me for my next video. Thank you.